We're with Frances, and you say this is your first year coming out on the Face the Truth tour?
Yeah.
And why do you come out here?
Well, I think it's important that people see what abortion actually is. Most people turn a blind eye to it, and when you have these posters out here, you can't help but see just how wrong it is.
A lot of people will say that abortion is not really something that harms anyone. They call it a clump of cells and, you know, there's no big deal. What do you think about that?
Well, I think those people are turning a blind eye too. I mean, you can look at any of these pictures and clearly they're not just a clump of cells, they look like people. I mean, looking like a person isn't the most important thing, but they're human beings. Their DNA tells us so. You can't deny that.
Yeah. Well, you hear a lot of people honking their horns and people energized about life, and especially out here in West Virginia. And that part of it, it makes you feel good when you see that, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's you get a lot of bad stuff too, but it's nice to hear the horn honking instead.
Yeah, you bet. And what about in general, let's say when people say, well, it's a woman's right to choose, you know, of course we know what they're choosing. How do you combat an argument when they say it's a woman's right to choose?
Well, personally, I say murderers aren't given a choice, you know, like adult murderers who murder other adults aren't given a choice whether it's wrong or right. So for women it shouldn't be any different. They're human beings, and the choice of murdering a human being has never been legal in America, and it shouldn't be in this case either.
And have you ever known anyone who's had an abortion?
I haven't had anyone who actually admitted to it. I have people who I suspect maybe, but not closely, thank God.
Yeah. And what brought you into the movement?
Well, I've actually kind of always been interested in pro-life. My mother is very inspirational to me, and I have lots of friends in my family are all very pro-life. I don't know, I just kind of got swept up in it.
Well, that's good. So, all right, now let's say there's a woman out there, she doesn't know what to do, she's struggling, she has an unwanted child. What do you say to that woman to maybe change her mind?
Well, I think the most important thing is that they have to know that there are other good options. Women who get abortions usually feel trapped. And if you can just kind of take off some of that stress, release some of the burden, there's clinics, there's all sorts of helplines, there's people who give them money, support, materials for the baby, anything that they need. And if you can tell people that they have another good option, that's one of the most important things. And as soon as you open their mind a little bit, you can also begin telling them it's a baby and it's going to need you, and you don't want to kill your own baby.